This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show, we're back. Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end, bro. What's going on? What do you want? Let's get into something. What do we got going on? Let's start it up.
I'll get right into it, man. I just came back from an eye doctor appointment. I went to go get my eyes examined because it's been, 6-7 years since I last went in. Now, before I even get into this, how many times do you see the eye doctor, in the course of the last 15, 20 years?
I see him every year. I talked to you about that one time because I have contact lenses, so I got to go for the exam every year, man.
Okay. Now, is this a full comprehensive exam that you go through where he looks at the health of your eye, takes a picture of the back of your eye? I went through an extensive...
The puff? Did you get the puff shot into the eye to check the pressure of the eyeball?
No, I didn't get that.
Did they put dye in your eye?
No.
You didn't get the full extensive then?
I don't know. I did. These techniques sound antiquated to me.
Guy, what did you take some fucking pill? I gotta get my dictionary out. Antiquated? Somebody's been reading. I don't know what that means. Does that mean I'm lying?
It means like out of date, old.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the dye is the updated version of the puff one. So I thought maybe you got the dye instead of the puff. But, I don't know what your eyeball pressure is. Nobody does. It's a mystery. So it's dangerous. All right. What'd you get done?
Let me take you through step by step, and I need your take on a few of these things. So I walk in, and I've never been to this eye doctor before. It's on a recommendation, and the last name is Asian. It's an Asian last name. You just tell it.
Can't get any better than that.
All right. So I walk in, Asian guy behind the counter, and it's in jeans and a button up. I thought it was a little too casual for an eye place.
It's a slippery slope with the eye doctor, you know? I mean, even slapping doctor on the end of the eye is a little,
Listen, I'm sorry. I think the eyes are one of the most important things you got on your body. And an eye doctor, I mean, to be screwing around with the eyes, you ain't a dentist.
No, listen, eyes are very important, but an eye doctor just lets you know the right and wrong of the eye. The eye surgeon, no eye doctors is working on our eyes. You know what I'm saying? There's eye surgeons. And by the way, I'm just saying, if I had a heart attack and there was a gym teacher to my left and an eye doctor to my right, I'll take my chances with the gym teacher. They get trained every year for CPR. I'm being honest, man. You're giving them too much credit. Even he's in jeans. He's like, guy, I'm an eye doctor. I'm in Wranglers. What the fuck?
I don't know. I feel like anytime you go into anything medical, you got to have a lab coat on. You got to have something written in cursive that says doctor and maybe a couple pens.
Yeah. But there's eye doctors in the Walmart. I mean, there's your answer. You're never going to go to your you're going to go to your family doctor in the mall right by the produce aisle. I mean, in Walmart. So.
Oh, God. So, all right. I don't know if we went over this before, but I don't like filling out the history. The whole like, have you filled out our new patient? I'm like, oh shit, no, I didn't fill out the new patient thing, and then they got to give you the questions, and then you got to look up stuff like your driver's license number and your insurance card and the number, all that stuff. I'm surprised no one has developed a central database where everything is just, let me pull up your history, and everybody shares it within the medical community, right?
In the whole world, just everyone shares. Even I know it's insane. It's just too much. Even a fingerprint. If you could just go up and you put your finger under a machine And they go, they look at your thumb and go, Sebastian Maniscalco, am I saying that? Or just from your thumbprint. You're, right? It registers everything here. Now I see your DOB. I see everything. Bro, I mean, compared to what our kids are going to grow up with, we're living in fucking prehistoric times.
Oh, God. So I fill out the information. The guy takes me back, and he does a test. He goes, look into this machine with your eye. So I get the machine with the eye, and I'm honed in, and there's like a light that flashes. And I do the other eye, and there's a light that flashes. And he goes, all right. I'll give this information to the doctor. No, I haven't seen the doctor yet. The guy in the jeans and the shirt is just like, what do you call that? An eye nurse?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I never had one of those. I have a receptionist, and then the next person I see is the eye doctor. I always found the eye doctor has to do a little too much, groundwork than they should have to do. You know what I mean? Like, I need new contacts. They go, let me go get those for you. I'm like, you? That's not a ring a bell and get Susie out here.
Yeah, I feel like the doctor that's doing like filing too is like he's working on a skeleton budget, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Hate to think my eye doctor's on a ladder in the fucking supply room looking for my lens, strength.
Oh, man.
So you got an eye nurse. That. So that was who was in the jeans then. The eye nurse.
So then
Nice.
I'm like, that's it. I go, no letters, no numbers. Like I thought technology had progressed so much where they just took a picture of your eye and you get a pair of glasses on the way out. I didn't.
Oh man, it's been a while for you.
Yeah, right. So
that's like the version of going to the doctor and you get your blood pressure and then that person says, okay, the doctor will be in soon. That's what you got. You got your blood pressure in eye version.
yeah. So he goes, listen, we do have a thing, and this is what this was. And before I did this, he told me, this is a machine that takes a picture of your eye, and he could tell, like, cataracts or astigmatism.
Right.
But they also could tell if you have diabetes, hypertension, and high blood pressure through your eye. Now, I was like, I got to see this, right? So the doctor walks in. This guy's got khakis on and a button up. I mean, this guy, it's Monday and casual Friday apparently starts on Monday, right?
Yeah. I tell you, man, it's a little more laid back in the eye doctor world.
Yeah. So I sit down and I go, listen, before we start, and I forgot to tell the nurse this, I said, I have keratoconus, which is a condition, which means it's a coning of the, it's your eye shape is supposed to be a sphere, mine's coned. Okay?
Whoa. Wow. That sounds like a big difference.
Well, it is, especially at night, because the light admits through the eye a lot differently if you have keratoconus than if you have just a normal spherical eye. I'm not in jeopardy of any type of eyesight loss because based on my test results 6 years ago, the guy said, this generally is a problem if you're 20 years old and we have this type of degenerization, but since you are where you are now, it's not going to progress any further where it's going to really conflict with your eyesight. So I just want to let him know that. That's what I got going on, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a scratch on the phone.
Oh, well, I scratched my neck.
You were scratching.
Holy shit.
You were scratching the ear. Apparently they tested.
You really are serious about this eye doctor shit. All right.
Apparently they tested my hearing as well.
By the way, did you tell the eye doctor you have plans to live to at least $130? Because he's probably saying that good news, bad news is a cone ain't going to be a problem until you'll be dead. But he don't know what you're gunning for.
So I start doing the eye test, and you put your chin up on the thing. I'm surprised in the eye world, and maybe I'm just going to a guy that's got the basic equipment, that they haven't developed an easier way to test your eyes. I mean, we're still doing the chart.
So you really think there should be a way where, listen, we don't even need to know you see an E or an A. We know by looking at your eyeball if you can see the E or the A.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Put your face up to this mechanism. It scans it. This call's going to go away real soon. It scans it, and in 3 minutes we'll have you fitted for a pair of glasses. Instead of, can you see line 4? Read line 4, please. I read line 4, and then you go through the whole 1 or 2. 1's better.
Oh God, I know, bro.
2 or 3. How about this? How about as you go down, right? You start reading, and you get to like the 4th line, and you're straining, right? At least I am. I'm straining to see the 4th line.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Can you read the 4th line?" I go, V, B, C, D, T. He goes, "Okay." And it was like, is that...
Bro, I do it every year. I'm right there with you. It's all so weird. Like, I do the same thing. I talk more than you, unfortunately, but the same sort of thing where I'll go I'm thinking V. Is that a V I see? Yeah, right? And then she'll go like, good. Maybe she'll go, all right, good. And I'm like, I got to tell her, okay, but you realize when I drive, that's not how I look. I don't squint with fucking one eye. You know what I mean? I barely read that shit, and I guessed the last 2. So, yeah, and by the way, once you go B, maybe a C, can't they just go, okay. Why did they make you struggle through the whole row? You clearly see I don't know what this shit is. And then and after every test, tell me I'm not going to be blind. After every test, go, all right, you're not going to go blind. Don't worry about that. That's all I need to hear. And then we'll work backwards.
That's it. Or you know what I need to hear at the end of the line? Wrong. That just say wrong. Because now,
yeah.
Or just say 2 out of 3. You know, or give me a grade. I don't like this whole. Okay. How about the 5th line? And I read the 5th line, and I get
I hear you.
So I go through this whole thing, and he goes, "You're not that bad, you know. Like for keratoconus, you still, you know, you still got good eyesight."
Oh, good. Okay.
He goes, "Let me show you your eyeball." Now he pulls up this photo of my eye close up, and you can see there's blood vessels in the eye. He goes, "This is the best way to determine what's going on with your kind of blood vessels without cutting you open. You could see the blood vessels in your eye." Yeah. He goes, "You know, you don't have any diabetes because what you would see on the outer ring of the eye would be like blood vessels that are kind of like breaking, you know, almost like bleeding a little bit."
Yeah.
You don't have any of that. And I'm honed in. I'm not really hearing him because I'm honed in on a black little tick on the left, bottom left of my eyeball that I'm not seeing on the other eye, right?
Yeah.
So I do this whole thing. I got in my head. I go, oh, I know what he's doing. He's giving me the good news first, and then he's gonna slam me with, "You got 3 years of eyesight left," right?
Right. I don't know why you always go there in your head, man.
Because I know there's bad news coming. This is textbook what they do when you're in a business environment, or when you want to give someone constructive criticism. They say always lead with the good. They always say, "Oh, Julie, want to come in my office?" Yeah. Well, listen, you're a great organizer and you're on time a lot. And then there's like, but.
Right.
We do have a problem with you're stealing. Whatever it is.
But if you see this on one eye and you don't see it on the other, and you're not no eye doctor, you gotta figure we're gonna get to that little speck over there too. Now, there's all right.
Yeah, that speck is never. See the speck? Yeah, this speck means you're gonna have better eyesight in 10 years. It's never that. Right?
Yeah, that's the eye building its muscle back up. You're going to be back to 2020 by the time you hit 52. Are you 2020? At least as far as you knew up until this day, going in for this thing?
No. I got a pair of glasses. I never wear them.
Oh, all right.
And the context for me is just, I can't even take eye drops in my eye, let alone putting a mini lens in it. I just can't. I'm fascinated with the whole eye drop thing. I never grew up with it. I just started doing it like recently on like movie sets where they're like, "You want a little eye drop?" And I go, "Why?" "Oh, your eyes. It'll clear up your eyes a little bit." There's this eye drop called Lumify, and 2 drops of Lumify, the whites of your eyes, they're like glowing. You got to try this thing. It's amazing. Yeah. It takes anything out of there. So anyway, he goes, "You got no diabetes, your hypertension, you have the cholesterol's fine." He's doing all this by the eye, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's doing it by the eye, but still, I mean, if I was getting tested for diabetes and my doctor said, "I got to test you for diabetes," am I going to go, "That's all right, I went to my eye doctor. He told me I don't have it."
No. Yeah. How accurate this is, who knows? This guy could tell me I got no hypertension and I die from a heart attack tonight in my sleep.
Yeah, right? I mean, so he's looking at your eyeball going, "Yeah, your blood pressure's fine, you're sterile. I mean, you can have kids still." He's telling you everything. All right.
So
this guy's just a big bag of good news, huh?
Good news. He goes, "You see this area right here? You're no glaucoma. This is healthy. That's healthy." And then he makes his way down to the mark. And he goes, "However," anytime you get a however, you're like, "Here we go. Let it out. Give me my cane. Give me my cane and my dog."
Oh, God.
So he goes, "You got a scar on your eye, what the hell? What is it? The cornea."
Yeah.
"I got a scar on my cornea." He goes, "I don't know what that's from, but not a lot to worry about." "No, what do you mean?"
Not a lot. Yeah, Is
that nothing to worry about, or when does it become something to worry about? Like, just give me I go, what do you mean not a lot?" He goes, "No, it's nothing. It's just a little mark. I don't know how you got it. I don't know. Someone was in your eye once. Somebody scratched the whole thing." I'm surprised, to be honest. I don't have more scars on my, like, if you ever had a bug fly into your eye.
Yeah, bug, weed whacking, like pebble in there for sure.
Yeah, piece of grass, something, like something fly in there.
My whole life,
Go. Your whole life, you're what?
My whole life, I don't put goggles on until after I get hit in the eye. You ever do that? Something hits me in the eye, I go, "What the fuck? I'm going to go blind." I don't really, and then you put them on. I always risk it at first.
Yeah, it's amazing how sometimes you don't even think twice about your eyeballs.
You don't. I mean, Until you see a blind person come by, and then you're like, oh God, I'm so lucky, you know. And I feel bad that I'm saying that based on that person, but yeah. And then, oh man, so and you know, I mean, I don't know. It's like I just want to say, this doctor, if this what's on my eyeball, if it was in my windshield, would I be calling Safe Light? Would I be calling Safe Light right now? Because why is it okay in my eye, but if it was on my fucking windshield, there'd be a guy in my driveway tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Like, is this the same thing as a windshield where this little thing, it's going to spider out now?
And when they go, it's nothing to not much to worry about. Is that just their way of saying, listen, 20 years from now, it's going to be a huge problem. But I didn't want to frighten you now. But when that happens, you can go, oh, that's when he said not to worry right then. Yeah.
So then I didn't even see this. He goes, see these little white dots right here? I said, yeah. He goes, you got to wear sunglasses. No. He goes, this is from a little sun damage, you know, and he called it like something deposits. I forget what kind of deposits. It was from the sun, right? He goes, you know, wear sunglasses all the time. Now, that's all you had to tell me. Because now I'm going to start walking indoors with sunglasses on. And telling people I got deposits in my left eyeball. And that's why I got to wear it.
That's it. You got the built-in excuse. And even if they still give you a hard time, then you come back with the cone and the scar on the cornea, you know? You should all just be grateful that you don't have a dog by your side, like you said. Now, the beauty of this, too, is, you know, you're coming on the scene at the exact same time where one of the greatest of all times, and Jack Nicholson, is fading from the scene. I think he retired. And we need somebody else to bring back the shades indoors at all times.
And I think I'm going to start doing it, to be honest with you. But there's something I forgot to tell you leading up to this story. That picture that he took, and then he did another small little test, the nurse. Mm-hmm. He went in with that information to the doctor's office while I was waiting out in the waiting room. Because I did the pre-test. He said, wait in the waiting room. Let me share this with the doctor. And he's sharing it with the doctor, but I could hear him. He goes, okay, here's Mr. Maniscalco's test. He says he has a keratoconus. He also has trouble seeing far distance when he drives. And then I can't hear the doctor, right? Because I hear the doctor say, oh, I'm sorry. You got to put me in isolation when the nurse and the doctor are talking about me. I don't want to be in the waiting room and the doctor gets my chart and goes, holy shit, I read about this in high school, but I've never seen it.
Right. And he's going to the assistant. To the eye nurse. We're gonna have to tell him delicately. They just hear you in the other room going, "Why? Why?" Oh shit! I guess he already knows through the vent. Oh man.
So he goes, all in all, man, you're looking really good. Eyes are good. Just wear the sunglasses. And now I come out. Now, this is a thing, and I don't know how you are with this, but anytime I buy sunglasses or eyewear, yeah. I gotta have Lana with me. Okay?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't buy anyway. Because if I bought them without Jackie and I came home and she goes, "Those look funny," I'm burning them. So you may as well be there when I buy them. You know?
The guy's like, "Do you want to pick out frames?" I go, "With you? You were gonna tell me?" So yeah, I came out of there. I went in there thinking I'm going blind because anytime I go into any doctor, I think of the worst. But I came out there with a nice prescription, and I'm gonna go get myself a nice pair of eyeglasses so I could start seeing, not only driving at night, but I could see my golf ball after it leaves 80 yards. So that's where I just was. I don't know. Where do you want to go with this? What's going on?
First, while you're on the doctor, though, I went. I know you've had knee situations. So, long story short, I went to my doctor, and a couple weeks ago, he gave me. You ever get this? A shot of steroids in my knee. I guess cortisone. You know.
Yeah, no, I've heard of the cortisone. So tell me, did you got one?
I got one.
Okay.
But I also got an MRI. And he's like, there might be some wear and tear. He goes, but you got to go to back to where I got my hip done. You know, it's an awesome they do hip and knee they do. So bring your MRI, but let me give you the shot now. It might work. If it works, it works for a lot of people. You may even need it once a year. So he goes, it'll hurt for a day or two. And it did. Not bad, but the same as always did. And then all of a sudden it stopped hurting, right? I was like, wow. But he goes, but still go to the knee guy. So I go to the knee guy, and he looks at my MRI. And first of all, what's your take on like, I thought this was a big miss. I fill out all the forms, do everything I'm supposed to, filled them out before I even went there. Talked to his assistant, told him about my hip, said I got it done down the hall by your expert guy, your other doctor. Now I'm in with the doctor. He comes in, reminds me a lot of the doctors you described, right? Young, but already with the gray hair, but the Richard Gere flowing gray hair, with the kind of outfit that, like, all he has to do is take off the rubber gloves and he could be ordering a white wine on a back deck. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? These people just slide right into their Porsche and off the happy hour. So... yeah. He asked me to sit down and does some exercise. I told him about the steroid shot, and nothing really hurt. And I felt like is this guy getting mad because he realizes there's no surgery, no business right now? Like I wasn't getting a vibe like good news, So then he does a few more things and he goes, yeah, I looked at the MRI. Everything structurally is fine. Maybe a little wear and tear, but it's like it's probably just you got to build up your hip and you have to build up your knee. So because when your hip is a little weaker, your knee tends to overcompensate. So maybe we should do some rehab on a hip. And then I go, oh, the hip? You mean because I just had surgery on my hip? And he goes, oh, you did? I go, what? I go, yeah, I had hip replacement surgery. I told it to your assistant. I put it in the form, and I had it done down the hall by your colleague who you probably have fucking Coors Lights with every Friday night. You know what I mean? I didn't hear that part. And he goes, oh, wow. And then he does when they do the rollback on the wheels, they do a rollback and a quick flip. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. I didn't even say, must have missed that. Yeah, okay. So it all makes sense. And your hip is still building back up. So whatever you're doing, because you're clearly fit, keep doing it, and your knee is going to feel less and less painful And I'm like, oh, my God. Well, the minute you saw I didn't need surgery, you're practically shoving me out the fucking door. Right? So, anyway, it begs the question, when you go into somebody that does surgery, and when you don't need surgery, do you think they call their wife and go, nah, he's fucking... I had 3 guys come in today, 2 are fine. So forget the pool. We're not doing the pool this year, honey. I mean... I mean, this guy's rooting for me to have fucking arthritis.
Yeah, I would have to think when they see you, they're looking at a dollar sign, right? As soon as you walk in, it's like, it's it, cha-ching, we got this guy for 2 hips and 1 knee.
Right. And if you go see a massage guy, he goes, God, if I could just rub the pain out of this guy long enough to convince him he don't need surgery. Right? They all just, I don't know. Even Michael Jackson's doctor was pumping him with drugs, man. How do you know you got a doctor that's like, totally, even with drugs, right? Some of them turn you on to a drug. And then I go, oh, so-and-so told me about this drug that might work. And they go, yeah, no, we don't recommend that one. And I'm like, why not? And they go, well, we don't carry it. Right? So it's like going to a shoe store and going, I hear great things about Adidas. They go, we only have Nike. Go fuck yourself. Adidas sucks. Anyway, I'm babbling. Who's looking out for me? Who's going to help me get to 90 comfortably?
No, nobody. It's a complete scam. Everybody's waiting to get paid, man. I mean, there's. I'm not saying this is the entire medical community, but there's a lot of doctors out there. If they're in the surgery game, they want to open you up and they want to get paid. Right. If not, what are they doing in the business?
Yeah, right. Hey, it's like a newscaster. I want an earthquake overnight. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. We want catastrophe because we get to talk about it for 3 months.
Right. So anyway, knee feels good though, bro. Everything's coming together. Get my tooth screwed in a week or two, and I'm back to how I was at 18, baby.
Wow, man, this cortisone thing I'm fascinated with because they do say that does work. However, and I don't know this, but I have heard that is you're putting like a Band-Aid on a big gusher there. Because over time, I think you're going to need more cortisone because your body becomes kind of immune to it. So they got to next time you go back, I think it's like you need 2 shots. And I don't know what that cortisone does to you in the long run. So
you talk about your eyes though, right? And I'm all good for you, glad they're doing good. Da, da, da. I mentioned 1 shot and you gotta go, yeah, that shit don't
I'm just saying, take a look at it. Do a little research on the cortisone because I was thinking about getting it in my toe because I got like arthritis in my right foot. So I wanted to pop a little in there so I could put my shoes on again because this thing is swollen. So
shit. Yeah.
That's where I'm at. But yeah, just let me know over the course of the next 2 or 3 months if that stuff starts to wear off.
All right. Yeah, because my mother-in-law gets it in her neck every year, and 1 shot every year, and her neck is good to go. And it's been for a long time. So, but I hear you, man. He even said, for now, this is all you need, bro. By the time I'm 70, teeth. I'm going to be catching teeth falling out of my mouth, wheelchairing it. Oh shit! That's why we got to live for every day, bro.
That's right, man. You got it, man.
I mean, doing movies with De Niro. Holy shit!
Thanks, man. It's been a long time coming. We wrote this script, I got to say, I don't know, 4 years ago. And once we start cooking with this thing, they were saying, who's the guy to play your father? And, De Niro was, one of the first choices just because, A, he's Robert De Niro, and B, he's played that comedic role really, really well in the past. And, I don't know. Didn't we share this on the cast that we had the table read in New York last year?
Yeah.
Did we do this on the cast or was this
No. We talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on the cast, I don't think.
Yeah, so we did a table read in New York with him and a bunch of actors. He wanted to hear it. He wanted to hear it out loud before he committed to it. I mean, we got him the script, and he really enjoyed the script. He goes, but I want to hear it out loud. Yeah. And I said, all right. I never really been a part of a table read before. So I flew to New York, and we meet him, and I think it was in Tribeca, at one of his hotels. It's like a loft, and it was all social distance. He came in. It's like I've met the guy before. He's come to my shows. Obviously, we worked in The Irishman together. But he comes in. He's not the most personable guy. He's just kind of quiet to himself. He doesn't really say much. And a lot of times it's everybody says like kind of like a mumble, but he's got a mask on, so with mumble with the mask, I can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
So as he sits down and he takes his mask off, we start reading, and this guy turns into my father. Right?
That's crazy, man.
And
it's crazy.
The comedy was dead on, and no one was off book, obviously. But I mean, this is great. This is why this guy is one of the best actors of our generation. So shortly after that, we're kind of waiting. He's doing other movies, trying to find like a time slot that we could put this in, and worked out that we're going to start filming this freaking thing in the beginning or the middle of September.
Oh, man. Incredible.
So, yeah, 7-week shoot. And
holy shit. Are you filming somewhat in Chicago? Like, is it on location?
No. The all of it kind of takes place at a country club. It's kind of based on my life. When I go to the summer, July 4th, when I go up to North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
At their country club. So I think initially it was going to be Alabama, where we were going to shoot in Alabama, but I don't know exactly where this is going to happen. But yeah, he wants. My dad did an interview with the director, 3 separate interviews, because De Niro wanted to see how my dad talks, his mannerisms, so he could start mimicking my father for the role. Now,
That's incredible,
I was like,
man.
I can't believe my dad is being played by Robert De Niro. I mean, if you would have said to me when I was watching Goodfellas in 1991 that this man is going to play your dad in a movie you co-wrote, I would have said, yeah, right, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
So, yeah, it's
mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, man.
But the next day when it came out on Deadline that he was going to do the film, and, that's when the news dropped. The next day on Deadline, Robert De Niro gets injured in the movie. He's making a movie with Scorsese right now in Oklahoma. Says he gets injured. Is that like a leg problem? I go, that's it. Ours is done. It's just like my luck. The announcement comes out, and the next day the guy gets hurt, but it's nothing serious, thank God. So,
yeah, but you got to figure too, though. Even, gosh forbid, something that happened to Bobby, which I figure pretty soon you'll be calling him Bobby. So I figure I'll be calling him Bobby at some point if I come say hi. So, but now it's at the point that if he couldn't do it, you could get anyone, because it'd be like, if De Niro was going to do it before he hurt his leg, I'll do it. You know what I mean? If it was good enough for De Niro, holy shit, bro.
yeah, so it's exciting. It's exciting. Yeah, so I gotta get to work over here, man. I gotta get the all these lines down and whatnot. That's my biggest. I think I got a learning disability, by the way, and I don't know if we covered this on other shows, but I got a problem memorizing stuff. And when I write an email, I notice that like I transpose sometimes letters. Like sometimes I'll write the word pool, but I'll use a B. BOOL. What's that?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe with the scar blocking the way you think it's a P. I don't know. But memorizing is hard, man. Even with jokes, like sometimes I have a bit like I write and I bring it to the stage, and it's like it's just always better. I know you know this too, to just remember the idea of it. Like I've seen Gaffigan come work out at Gotham, Jim Gaffigan, and like one time in particular, just a couple of years ago, he came in, he must have did like 15 minutes, at least 10 minutes just on horses, just all horse jokes, And he just had it all memorized. And I'm like, God damn, I wish I could memorize shit like that, Just boom, 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 But now, you're doing it with De Niro, it's like, if you were doing it with Joe Schmo, you don't remember your line, you could be like, Joe Schmo's lucky to even be in my movie. I'll remember my line when it comes to me. But with De Niro, you got to be ready to roll, bro. You're working with a legend. Holy shit. Now, is it like the other roles like Lana's mom and dad and all that, is the only one that's been cast so far is Niro, because now the dominoes come with all the other ones. Bobby's doing it. Oh, I haven't worked with Bobby in a while. Oh, this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we haven't cast the rest of the movie yet. That's going to start shortly. But yeah,
all right,
we'll see.
Right. I'll
see.
email Meryl Streep next week, I guess, to congratulate her. Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Shit. Yeah, so it's good. Good stuff over here.
All right, guys. One more time, I want to remind you, June 12th, I will be in Royersford, PA at Soul Joe's Dome. That's about 40 minutes outside of Philly. 2 shows, 6 and 9:30. It's an outdoor, cool venue. June 12th, Soul Joe's. Go to pcorelli.com. There's other dates there, too, coming down the line.
What else did I want to? What else you got?
On a lighter note here, real short. Took Sadie to bringing her home from karate class the other day, right? Man, we've had a bad connection the whole show. Have you noticed that? Oh. Anyway.
Mine's fine.
All right, pick Sadie up from karate. And my neighbor right next door, a girl about the same age, takes karate. So I have them both. And another girl, a little older than Sadie, like 2-3 years older, is holding the door for Sadie. And Sadie comes out, and her friend comes out right over to me. And I go, that girl held the door open for you, Sadie. That was really nice of her. You should say thank you. And Sadie turned around, was about to say thank you. And the girl was now, about another 5 feet away in the other direction, turned around and goes, excuse me, I'm a boy. And then said it so fast, I was stunned. And then Sadie goes, Dad! And then the boy just kept going. And I didn't even get a chance to say I'm sorry because he kind of left so quick. And there were parents all around that heard the exchange, Long hair, curly hair, So my question is, I would have said sorry, but it all happened so fast. But should I have to say I'm sorry if you look like a girl? Is it my fault that I called you a girl? I mean, I'm not a detective here. You got hair down to your behind, practically.
Yeah, no, I've seen that many, many a times where the boys now, for whatever the reason, they're not cutting their hair. It's just, or the parents aren't cutting their hair, and I don't know what the reason is, but there's a lot of times where I even have to check myself and ask Lana, I go, is that a boy? She goes, yeah, that's.
And I saw the boy get in his dad's truck and say something. I'm like, gosh, I hope he's not saying some guy called me a girl. And if I was the dad, I'd be like, what's going to happen when you have fucking hair?
Yeah, I mean, if I was the father, I'd say, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, come on, you look like a woman.
You got hair like a mermaid guy.
Which is, I've never gotten into that. I mean, I had long hair when I was a kid. I was like, 14, 15. It was, in the mullet days. I never had long hair when I was like younger. And, I don't know if that's the style or that's the look. I was at a party yesterday. And maybe you could shed some light on this. It's the first time really that we were at a party where, Caruso and Serafina were around other kids that they typically, they don't know. It was a party that, this is the problem I got. I can't relax at a party when I got my kids playing with other kids, especially older kids. Now, Caruso's almost 2. This party had a lot of 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to adult, and Lana's not like this. Lana's enjoying the party. She's got a margarita. She's talking to the moms. And you ever in the conversation, but you're not even in it? You're just somewhere else. And I was honing in on Caruso playing by the swing set, and I was watching other kids around them, right? Now, there was a little magic castle there with a door. And God bless my son. I think he's like a gentleman already. Talking about opening the door. he was opening the door to the castle to let this little girl in, right? And then he would close it behind her. But you ever look at other kids that's not your own and just go, they don't even know how to play right, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You could. My sister liked to tell me, she would be like, people sometimes say, oh, when they get older, da da da. And she goes, but I've been around, I've had enough kids to know that what a kid is like at 3 is what he's going to be like at 30. And so,
Right?
yeah.
So Caruso was hanging outside the castle, and some boy was in there. He must have been around 4 or 5, and he came out, but he busted through the door, like, you know, like he didn't open the door nice. He kind of like flew out, hit
How old?
Caruso, about 5, hit Caruso in the head, and Caruso fell to the floor. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I go over there. No, I can't.
DJ Hank, start the helicopter blades. What do you think Caruso's going to be doing when he's 5? He's going to plow through the door on the 2-year-old too, bro.
Like that.
What do you do? What'd you do?
Just went over there. You all right? You all right? He was crying a little bit, moaning, whatever. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Get up. Give him a little pat on the ass. Tell him to get back in the game, right?
Nice.
Now, I come over to sit down. We're sitting at like a little kiddie table. I got like a little craft thing going on. Lana's sitting there and I'm sitting there. Serafina off to the side. Little kid comes up. Black kid. About 2 years old, right? Cute as a button. Little curly hair. Comes up. He's got a little hand sanitizer in his pocket. He takes it out, sanitizes his hands, then he shows us his hands, right?
Yeah.
There's a pair of sunglasses on the table. He puts the sunglasses on. He's just smiling, right? Turns to Lana, gives her a hug and kiss, right?
Awesome.
We don't even know the kid.
Yeah.
Lana's like, I can't believe this kid. I go, it's unbelievable. His parents are off to the side. Lana goes, what's his name? And they go, Billie Jean. What a name.
What a name, man.
I never heard
What a name.
Billie Jean is at our table.
That's pretty damn cool, man. That is, that's...
I would have never even thought to name a kid that.
Well, Billy's his name. Jean's his middle name, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could you, I mean, if I had that name, right, and I'm 22, and you go into a job interview, and you shake the guy's hand, and the guy goes, thanks for coming into the interview. What's your name again? I would go, Billy. Billie Jean.
I think...
And I would almost, and then I would have the music start to play behind.
You would have to learn how to do the moonwalk. It's just with a name like that, it's your responsibility. Don't you think at 18 though, you drop the gene? And when you hit 18 and your parents aren't in charge anymore, you drop the gene.
Oh man, I full throttle after I'm 18, man.
Oh my God, bro! I literally probably not hire you because your name is Billie Jean, and it's just gonna be too many bad jokes floating around all the time about that shit.
I turned 18. I dropped the last name.
Or you change it to "is not my lover."
Oh shit!
Well, considering knowing how insistent you are at Sebastian and no one calls you Seb, I do think if it was Billie Jean, it would be Billie Jean right to the end with you. Billy, the only one who could pull off Billie Jean is like, you got to be cool like Billy D. Williams. If you're going to go with the middle name, like Billy D. Williams, remember how cool he was? He used to do the Colt 45 commercials when he wasn't playing Lando Calrissian. Just cool dude, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I mean, you got Billie Jean. It's just, you don't even need the last name. We don't even need it.
But if you go with your middle name, there's a pressure to be a above average person. You know what I mean? Like
The kid's already above average. I could tell already.
I could tell too by what you're telling me. The guy's doing hand sanitizer. It's 2 years old and putting on shades. But I'm saying, like, my middle name was John. I had one aunt that would call me Peter John, and I would like encourage drop the John. You're like expecting too much of me when you know. Pete comes into a room. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Peter John's here. Oh, hey. See what I'm saying?
Oh God. Yeah, but
Totally
it was like
froze. All right, there we go.
yeah. So it was a kid party. Well, it wasn't a kid party. It was a going away party for a friend that she's got a TV show and is gonna film in Hawaii. So we walked into this party. And this is like, one of the first parties I've been to post-pandemic, and one of the first parties that we really been to, because we're always having the parties, and it's like parents and their kids, but I'm starting to see now, like what growing up in Hollywood is going to start to look like for my kids, like.
Bro,
What's his name? Was it Zach Morris was there from Saved by the Bell? The guy that played Zach Morris.
Yeah.
What's his name? But Paul Gosling. What's his name?
The blonde head.
Yeah, yeah. He's there.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So I started to look. Dave Grohl was there, the guitarist from Foo Fighters.
Breaking up, Dave Grohl. Grohl. Hold on.
Is it Dave? Is it Dave Grohl? The guy from Foo Fighters?
Yeah, Dave Grohl. He's from Nirvana, too, bro.
Yeah.
You open with the Saved by the Bell guy and the guy from Nirvana was in? You're doing what your eye doctor did, man.
No, listen, I watch more Saved by the Bell than I listen to Nirvana.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but Foo Fighters, too, right? That's his band.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. Every time I ever see him do any kind of interview and stuff, too, he just seems to be, like, really cool guy, man. But,
yeah.
I'm still, you kind of lost me, though, with the fact that we're having a party for someone that when the party ends, they're going to Hawaii to film a TV show. I mean, yeah, I throw you the party if you don't get the part.
No, she's moving to Hawaii. I mean, like, she's gonna move there to.
Yeah, Hawaii, where the whole world goes on vacation. That Hawaii, she's going there to be on TV all the time. Yeah. Oh, somebody get a cake and a tissue for this lady. Huh?
That's the reason I have a party, man.
Right, whoa. And the guy from Nirvana is there. Wow. Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, I'm starting to see what it's going to be like for my kid to grow up here. Oh, the minute your kid walked through the doorway of your house, it was, you act like you just came from a ranch down in Burbank. And you're like, okay, kids, you're going to see some pretty impressive stuff now.
No, I'm just saying, like, how I grew up, it was just like, you went to school and the guy's father, owned a construction company. Or the guy's father worked at Motorola.
Right.
He wasn't one of the members of one of the largest rock bands in history.
Exactly. Caruso's gonna grow up with kids where he's gonna go, let's put on that album, one of your dads.
Oh, let's watch the movie your father's in, right?
Yeah.
My God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man,
it's crazy. Yeah.
So you're coming out to LA, right? You're performing at the Irvine Improv this week. So when do you get into town?
Yeah, this is Saturday, so it'll already be going down. I get in Wednesday about 3:30. I land. First show I have is on Thursday. And
so we gotta line up a night to knock a few back here.
Yes, yeah. I want to come out there and see the home. I want to see the TV pilot, you always said, I can only see that at your house. The one you did
Actually,
with Danta.
Yeah, it's on Instagram, bro.
The whole thing is? I see clips of it. I see clips of it.
The clips all go together.
Oh, they do? Oh, all right. Yeah. No, I'm so good. So if you're around, I'd love to stop out there one night.
We'll get that going. God, there was something else I wanted to tell you.
I took my mask off and went into Walmart without my mask after the president said I could. I don't understand. When did it become fashionable to like not listen to the president? I mean, whether you like the president or not, when the president says something, it's the deal, right? Like the president said no mask, and then the governor of New York said keep your mask on. You're not the president. This is like, you know what I'm saying? This is like if the president of a company come into my office and says, get out of here, full week paid, get out of here, you and your wife deserve it. And then my supervisor comes in and says, you're not going anywhere. I double barrel right here, guy. Go talk to the president. He said I could go.
Yeah, right?
Right.
I don't get this. I don't understand it. They supersede the president's orders, like the governors, the mayors, and whatnot.
Yeah, and I thought they only did it with Trump because they hated him, but now they're doing it with Biden. You gotta. When the president says something, it's the deal.
Yeah, it's like when the principal says, "We got the day off because it's a snow day." The second grade teacher doesn't call you up and go, "Yeah, but I still want you to come in."
yeah, exactly, man. So when I walked into Walmart, I'm like, I'm doing it. I have a friend who told me she went into TJ Maxx and did it, and I'm like, I'm going for it, man. And when I walked in, I mean, everybody's still masked up in the parking lot. I feel like people are even more masked up. Bro, I don't know what's going on with this world. You would think there'd be this ripping it off. Yeah. And it's like, what a bunch of bouncy shit we got going on here, right? So everyone's masked up. I come walking in. There's two dudes that are always standing right there, younger guys. And, for the beginning of the whole pandemic, they've been saying masks on, and they have the masks there to give you. And I walked in, and I did this. I just looked at them, and they looked right at me. And, they were like, he's going for it, And I walked right past them. And we're living in a time, bro, when my heart is pounding out of my chest because I'm walking into a store without a mask on. And we're still not admitting that, like, we keep talking about, you watch someday there is no someday, it's going down, right? So they don't say anything, and I walk in, and then there's masks about 10 yards in front of me. So I grab one, and I wasn't going to wear it, but if it got crazy in there, I wasn't going to fight the fight. I was going to put it on. Yeah. So I turn around, though, and I look back at those guys, and I go, guys, so what's the deal? Do I have to wear this? And they both go, we can't make you. It's recommended, but we can't make you. And I'm like, all right. And I put it in my pocket. And I walked around. And nobody seemed to, they were all looking at me, man. But one guy had his, and he was covering everything but his nose. And then he saw me, and then I saw him about 5 minutes later, and now it was under his chin. And I felt like seeing me is pushing, and we need more of that, you know what I mean? Don't you remember how to walk? You put one foot in front of the other. What the fuck? Whatever you were doing before this happened, go back to that. What is this, people? This is a good time to know. It's a good time to nothing. Get back to whatever you were doing before the Wuhan special came out. People act like they don't even remember that. It's insane.
I know, man.
Freaking out about it.
Once you got that word to like take it off, and then it's another thing. It's the same thing like with the governor. The president says take the mask off, but now the businesses get to determine whether you keep it on or not. So if you go into a business and they say mask up, you're supposed to mask up, and you're like, the president just said take it off.
Right.
Now I can't eat at your restaurant without putting the mask on.
Right. But meanwhile, months ago, if the president said mask up, and you had a business and you didn't want to make people mask up, you're just playing it for however it works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Yeah. So, and listen, I'm not saying anyone who feels uncomfortable, wear your mask the rest of your life. That's fine with me, man. But I don't want to. I'm vaxxed. I'm ready to roll. Open for business. Let's go. Right, man? I mean, I didn't risk my life with this vaccine made in 20 minutes for nothing, right? We'll see what happens.
Oh man.
Anyway, man. So that's amazing news. I can't wait to, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll have a cup of coffee at the house and read the script. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, man.
Premises.
It's open. We're wide open over here. Awesome. No mask. Come on over. Got to tell the listeners. Listen, I've been getting a lot of emails and texts and what have you. Tickets are on sale right now. SebastianLive.com for the new Nobody Does This tour. Just want to spit out some dates. We got Hampton Beach. We have Las Vegas. We have Cincinnati, Columbus. Atlantic City, they're all at SebastianLive.com, all up on sale. The tickets have been flying out the door.
Nice.
I didn't know where this was gonna go. I don't know. Like after 14 months, I go, I don't know. These people are gonna come out. People are dying to go out, just like you and I. So pick those up. Pete and I will definitely be hanging out this weekend. So we'll have some Pete and Sebastian real life stories to give you, because we never hang out. I don't know the last time it is that I've even seen you. So
I know, man. I know, it's crazy. I haven't met Caruso. You still haven't seen Sadie in real life. Isn't that nuts?
I've never met her.
No,
no.
No, we were gonna come out to the house before all this kicked in.
I know, but when you guys were in New York, you were with Sadie. Remember we saw you at the hotel?
No. Yeah, no. You had Serafina. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's a wrap here on the Pete and Sebastian Show. We appreciate the listenership. We will be back next week with another full hour of comedy and stories for you. I will see you this weekend, my friend, and we will see you next weekend. Take care.
Later.